Hello, and welcome to Phoenix Shogi, and Happy New Year! I've seen a lot of new subscribers, and I'm really happy the channel is growing. Sadly, I don't have a ton of time right now for a regular upload schedule, and I'm actually in the midst of a pretty major life event, which means I won't be able to make any new teaching videos for a little while. But I do have several ideas, mostly scripted, and I'm planning to queue up more of my Shogi Wars videos. It's just that filming and editing take time, and I will have even less of it in the near future. Thank you for your patience, and I hope that I've at least given everyone a good, quick intro to Shogi. Today's video is a little different. The game you're watching now is one I played recently at the 2025 US West Coast Tournament. This was part of Day 1's Team Round Robin, and the time controls were 5 minutes of thinking time and 40 seconds of Byoyomi. The reason I'm playing it at 5 times speed is because it lasted nearly an hour. Yes, that means that after our initial thinking time had elapsed, we continued on for 45 more minutes with only 40 seconds per move in total focus mode. It was exhausting. And after the game, it felt like I'd just run a mile. But it's also the reason I love Shogi so much. I was fully locked into this game as if I were watching a good movie or reading a favorite book. The clock ticking down each turn, the crowd gathering as the other game's finished, the desperate attacks and defenses. Flow state. Here's a preview.
Or if it's like a or playing challenge.
I'd like to highlight two key turning points. The first is here. The threat mates and checks continue, but I've calculated that the attack will run out and I have a mountain of material to turn the tables with. Unfortunately, after dodging for so long, I'm exhausted. And though I'm fairly confident my king is safe, I'm impatient and go for Tsume without having time to fully read it. The opponent, while unable to mate me, used some checks to give their king space to breathe. I dropped the rook in an attempt to shut down the enemy king's ability to evade into my camp, where it will be much harder to mate, and after the defense, believe I have read out Tsume and don't bother using my Byoyomi. However, I overlooked this move, and now it's too late. I let myself relax too early and my focus is so lost I actually forget to promote my bishop later and lose shortly after. This is the sort of experience you just can't get out of Shogi Wars and Kiremake games that don't have increments or Byoyomi or very short Byoyomi. So much so that I often say it's like playing a different game. If this were a 5-0, it would have been over in 10 minutes, and the bin and endgame would be a series of half-calculated nonsense moves to avoid getting flagged. A 100-meter dash compared to a mile. And while I do like a good sprint, it just doesn't compare to the endurance test of a real match. To further illustrate and save my pride a bit, here's another game from the next day. Realistically, in this position, the game is essentially over. My king is completely safe, my opponent's is cornered, and I have enough material that my attack shouldn't run out. However, neither of us is relaxing, because we both know that even in this position, Shogi is not an easy game. In victory will go to the one who endures. This time, I do not rush for mate. I patiently force the opponent to bury his own king, build my attack, and strike only once I've read the mate out completely. It's possible that there's an attack even faster than the one I found, but a policy I've tried to ingrain in myself is that if I can't read mate, I shouldn't play as if I have mate. I played several other games, but these two were probably my favorites, and I wanted to share them. It may be a little while until I can join another tournament, but I'm really looking forward to the next one I can make. For info on tournaments like these, you can always check out shogiusa.com/tournaments. And if you'd like to see more over-the-board reviews, please let me know in the comments. I might do more of these anyways, as I've already got the footage and they should be easier to make. It may be a little while until my next video, but I suppose you'll just have to endure.